What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and most toxic black man on the internet, and I am black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. So I wasn't going to let this go by. I couldn't let Akon get away with this. Everyone knows who Akon is, okay? I guess you can call him an artist from Africa. I really wouldn't really want to call what he does art, but maybe he's everyone's favorite auto-tuned artist from Africa, the African chief with the hairpiece. But Akon has never been someone that I would consider to even be a music artist. Like I've never liked any of his music. It's hard for me to even pick out what his actual music is. The only thing I know of Akon is when he sang the hooks on different songs from other people. Like I remember him singing the hook on this Wyclef and Lil Wayne song, "The Sweetest Girl," or I remember Akon singing the hook on Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's "Kush." That's like the only thing I could tell you that I know Akon from. Other than that, you would have to inform me what songs of his own that are good that you listen to or that you enjoy or something like that. I couldn't tell you. Okay. But for years now, for years, Akon has opened his mouth and tried to implant his ideas and himself into things that really don't concern him. And mainly what I'm talking about is some of his BS opinions on black Americans. Like he's very disrespectful to black Americans now. I'm saying now specifically because before he made sure that he tried to imitate black Americans so that he could get a music career for himself. You see what I'm saying? So in order for him to get a music career, he had to blend into black Americans and get his fame and money up. Now that he's got that, now he wants to talk trash about black Americans. You see what I'm saying? So someone like him, or I should say immigrants like him, are disgusting. I can't stand immigrants like these, okay? Especially those who are from different parts of the diaspora. They make me sick when they come here and they do their best to blend in with black people in America, and then they get some fame or some money somewhere or a job or a degree, and then they want to turn their nose up and look down on black Americans. You're Negro, the reason you're even here is because of us. You wouldn't even have a country to come to if it wasn't for us. Okay? You left your own place of origin to come here to have a life for yourself, and it's built on our backs. So don't start turning your nose up and acting like you're better than we are, because you're not. If you're so great and have so much forethought and you have so much gumption, your own home country will look great, and there would be no need for you to come here. You see what I'm saying? So and I want people to understand that because I have no problem with any black person from the diaspora, whether they be from Africa somewhere, one of the countries in Africa, or the Caribbean or whatever. But you need to understand that you can't come here and act a damn fool. Okay, we've had enough of that, and I know a lot of you want to blame either Yvette Cornell or Tariq Nasheed or whatever for the the problems that a lot of black Americans have or the movement against a lot of African immigrants. But you have to understand you partially caused that, okay? With your attitude and the way that you categorize a lot of black Americans and looking down on them. Not all of you, obviously. There are lots of black people from the diaspora who have sense, but there are a vocal minority out there that have been extremely disrespectful. And I think it's very disingenuous when you have people acting as if they don't understand why uh, black immigrants, especially those from Africa, get any type of animosity from black Americans. when you came here acting like an asshole, you're going to get animosity. And Akon is one of the biggest ones who have been very disrespectful. One of the dumbest things to ever be uttered by any celebrity is when he actually came out and said that he feels that black African music artists have more charisma and more stage presence than black American artists. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, either he's trolling to say that these African artists have more stage presence than a black American artist, or he's gotten a hold of some of the greatest crack cocaine from the Congo or something like that. Like he's smoking something that we've never even heard of before, right? For him to even think something like that. So, when you have these artists out here, especially ones like Akon, who has no discernible talent, talking like that, you have to wonder where it comes from. That's pure arrogance or something. Like I said, it must be some crack smoking somewhere, or some of the chemicals from his hairpiece have seeped down into his brain and messed his brain up. I don't know. But there's no way you can think that any black African artist has more stage presence than the black ones here when most of you imitate the black artists from America. What's the name of these black African artists that he's talking about? Notice he never really named any. You know what I'm saying? He just made that statement and then like, okay, so what black African artist has more stage presence than James Brown? James Brown's hair has more stage presence than 20 African artists. What African artist has more stage presence than Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson's glitter glove had more stage presence than 100 African artists. Which African artist has more stage presence than Prince? Prince's guitar has more stage presence than about 150 of these African artists that Akon is talking about. Or that somehow they have so much stage presence and charisma, we've never heard of them before. They're not musical icons like the black artists that come from here, but apparently they're so much better that Akon can come out there and say that they're better than the black American artists here, the ones that he left that country now. Now listen, they have so much stage presence and greatness, but he doesn't try to imitate any of them. He came here to America and imitated black artists. He imitated black rappers. You see what I'm saying? So that makes no sense what he's saying. That's what I'm saying. It must be some sort of chemical overdose from his hairpiece, or he's smoking crack or something to even think like that. But to be this disrespectful, or to be disrespected by a bubble-headed Negro like Akon, it gets frustrating and infuriating when you have nonsense like that. Okay, as someone who is not talented, who's basically an imitator and a fraud, come here and tell us what's what, and then even would dare to open their mouths about certain subjects like reparations or our condition as far as like what happened during slavery, things that you shouldn't even be talking about and not even worried about. Negro, you need to worry about the colonialism in your own country and what messed up the minds of a lot of your people with colonialism. Worry about that. Don't even worry about what's going on with black Americans. You have no say in it whatsoever. But you want to jump back and forth and you want to pretend to be part of the black struggle when you want to make these comments about what's going on with black people or black Americans. Okay? And Negroes like him probably are worried about the whole reparations discussion because he knows some of his countrymen might have to wind up paying some reparations for uh, helping transport us here in the first place. So of course he doesn't want any discussion about reparations from the Europeans because he knows West Africa might have to pay up later on too. So I mean, you folks can let me know how you feel about it in the comments section, and let me know how you feel about Akon and his disrespect. Anyway, this is Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on the devil's back.